What is up, my dudes? We've got the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring 2019 tournament going on. Today we've got Google Team C representing Google against Microsoft, Bane and Mirana Ganks representing Microsoft. So this is the final round of the group stages. We're heading into the playoffs right after this set of games. This game was played about 2 weeks ago, but I'm still catching up on the games. So still 7.21. I'm pretty excited because 7.22 just came out today, and gotta say I'm pretty excited for all these new Ag Scepter upgrades. So hopefully this tournament doesn't get swung too much by suddenly new broken hero Mars or Io as well, dude. Io and Mars both entering captain's mode now, but not going to be in this game, so let's go back into 7.21 mode. So, a Rubik and an Earthshaker ban from Google Team C. I think this is a bit of a respect ban. Bane and Mirana Ganks, they actually won this tournament last year against Workday in the finals, and THC's Rubik definitely showed up to play. A lot of stolen black holes, so it's really sick to watch. And Earthshaker is a pretty good hero all around right now, and so is Drow and Doom. So, pretty sensible bans all around. Although I will say Rubik has kind of fallen off a little bit, I feel. Doesn't... So they buffed Fade Bolt from a 280 spell, which is a below average damage nuke, to 320, which is an above average damage nuke, so you can one-shot the range creep for pretty much most of the game, especially with the Arcane Supremacy, and Arcane Supremacy is a really good skill. So when Rubik changed, we saw him go mid a fair amount, back to the old days of Rubik mid in TI1. But he just kind of fell off. It doesn't feel like you have to play really well to get good impact on Rubik, unless there's like really easy spells to steal. Black Hole is just like one of the easiest to steal. Maybe Google Team C, they're thinking about an Enigma pick themselves. They ban the Nyx as well, so another great counter against Enigma. They have the first pick, so that they can always ban more heroes afterwards, but they can pick the Enigma now, take it away from Bane and Mirana Ganks if they want, because Bane and Mirana Ganks, they're just going to take the Enigma themselves. You know, Google Team C, they set this up for them. This is this is already looking pretty rough for Google Team C. Enigma has been a very successful hero for their games in the past, and then now not up against Drow, which is the hero of the patch. So I feel this is a pretty big mistake from Google Team C. It looked like they were going for Enigma, and then they didn't go for it and let the other team get it. They'll have Winter Wyvern to try and break the Enigma's ultimate during BKB, so that's one option, I guess. Revealing their support duo early on. The Lion also has some options to get rid of the the Black Hole pre-BKB, but once its BKB is up for Enigma, it's just the Winter Wyvern now. But even then, like, Winter Wyvern is okay, but you don't always want to waste your ulti on the Enigma. And then the Lion spells are actually pretty low range, so you're gonna get into a pretty dangerous position. Hopefully don't get sucked into the black hole yourself, because that's always really embarrassing. Shadow Shaman for Bane and Mirana Ganks as well, so I think this is going to be their support duo. They've normally been running Enigma in the 4 position that I've seen, but even then, I think like 3 and 4 Shadow Shaman Enigma does pose a pretty big threat. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, Enigma is a bit of a like flex pick here. So they're gonna try and find a carry who can not retreat to the jungle, because if I was Bane and Mirana Ganks, I'd probably ban Sven at this point, or even Deuce. No, which right up against Enigma, you want a safe lane carry who can kind of go back to the jungle earlier on, because you're gonna need to get extra farm. The problem with Enigma is he keeps denying the range creep, so you lose a lot of farm, and then it's like, well, there's no farm for me in the lane, and I want to put myself in a dangerous position, so it's time to hit the jungle. Dry range is banned, so not gonna happen there. I mean, Enigma is just, it just feels like such a good pick, but obviously there's a lot of issues with the hero. If you miss your black hole, don't get a good enough black hole, then he can feel not that useful. But even then, these days, like Enigma's not really about the black hole anymore. You just build those aura items, and you're always gonna win the lane with Enigma. That's the part that always feels good about picking Enigma. Sniper Band out for Bane and Mirana Ganks, a pretty important hero to go up against the Shadow Shaman. You want someone with high attack range and high attack speed to take out these wards from a safe distance, and Sniper definitely fits that bill. So nice band for Bane and Mirana Ganks. Clinks banned out from Google Team C. I don't know if Clinks would be that appropriate this game. They have the Winter Wyvern to try and protect people with the Cold Embrace from Clinks, but a lot of the times what ends up happening is you Cold Embrace someone and the Skeletal Army kills them later. So it's like, it's not the best counter against Clinks anyway. And Lion definitely would struggle a lot against Clinks once... would he though? Because you can always just hex the Clinks, and Earth Spike's not a projectile, so you can't strafe it away. It kind of just feels like Bane and Mirana Ganks. They're doing what works. They pick these picks like most of their games, and it works for them. That's why they're at the top of the leaderboards, probably favored to win this tournament again. Spending a lot of time on this pick.
Radiant's turn to royally screwed up.
Alright, so they go with Bounty Hunter. It's gonna be a well, it actually, so Team Secret does this a lot. Yeah, they do this a lot. So what happens is Enigma, he buys 2 Ring of Regens and then gives them both to the Bounty Hunter at the start of the game. So you buy 1 for the headdress and then 1 for the Soul Ring, and then you basically just spend the rest of the Mono and Clarities. You go basically to the jungle the whole time, and then you use Bounty Hunter to be the offlaner. He's got 6 bonus regen, which is absurd for a Bounty Hunter, and he's able to 1v2 most of the time. They're gonna have the Sand King from Google Team C. We saw this hero a lot during the Disneyland Major. Definitely made quite a resurgence. The Sandstorm is just does so much damage, 95 damage per second, and he's just very obnoxious to go up against. Sand King Lion, a double stun lane, gonna have a lot of damage coming out from them. I definitely want to see Sand King go for Sandstorm instead of Caustic Finale. I think Caustic Finale is like, it's not that good compared to the Sandstorm, especially now you've got this like double stun and the Hex. You can keep in the Sandstorm for a really long time, so it's going to be a pretty scary lane to go up against. We'll see what kind of response for the Bane and Mirana Ganks want to do from the safe lane. Shadow Shaman is going to have a rough time against these two.
Radiant's turn to royally screwed up.
Lone Druid. Wow, okay. I mean, I don't really see Lone Druid that much in my own games, so it's kind of hard to feel out the tempo of this hero. He gets a flex pick. He can go mid or safe lane, which is pretty nice going into this final 2 picks for Google Team C. They got to pick gotta pick a mid who can deal with Lone Druid and not get overrun by him. It's also some variability on the Lone Druid builds these days. I feel like most people are going back for the bear build. There was a time when everyone was going for the Lone Sniper build, and it's a bit questionable. It's like playing Sniper but a worse Sniper. Necrofray is going to come out for Google Team C. I like this a lot. I think it can definitely deal with the Lone Druid pretty well. So it gives them a nice hero to group up around, and maybe you can save people. A lot of heal as well. Drow would be pretty nice for Google Team C's draft, but unfortunately Drow was taken out of the pool early on. I do like the Necrophos pick though.
5 seconds remain.
He can also go in mid or safe lane, which is nice. So he's gonna do, if he goes up against the Bounty Hunter, I think he's gonna do okay. It's probably not the best for the Necro, because you definitely want to snowball a Necrophos. He can feel pretty bad if he starts falling behind and Bounty Hunter is gonna constantly steal his gold. So we'll see what happens. It could also be a Bounty Hunter 4. Maybe they haven't practiced this like double regen strat, double ring of regen strat on the Bounty Hunter. But I can't remember. I feel like they've run this duo before, the BH and Enigma. They didn't do it, so
5 seconds remain.
I don't know. Because, I mean, Lion and Winter Wyvern, they're gonna be pretty scared of this Bounty Hunter for most of the game. He can just run up and smack him for 170 bonus damage. Yeah, this Bounty Hunter does way too much damage right now. PL ban for Google Team C. I think, I mean, PL would have been pretty good against their team. Lone Druid certainly doesn't do that well against PL. Maybe with Radiance Bear build he'd do okay, but not well. You can also go for like Mjolnir afterwards as well, put it on the bear. It's pretty obnoxious. Maybe they probably shouldn't have been that scared of PL.
Radiant team are now picking.
So troll band for Google Team C. Yeah, I mean they would have been pretty strong with their hero set right now. They definitely need a little bit more damage. Lone Druid, his damage falls off later in the game. He hits a pretty strong timing in the mid game up until about 40 minutes, and then the bear just feels like paper at that point. You can kill the bear really quickly if you guys with the bear build. So Bane and Mirana Ganks, they definitely need a carry who can dish out the deeps later on in the game. Maybe a mixed damage carry so they can deal with Necro first. Luna used to be a pretty nice pickup against Necro, but Luna's a straight up terrible hero right now. PA for Google Team C, just get that extra burst. The Shadow Shaman is going to have a pretty rough time. Bounty Hunter as well, doesn't really do that well against the PA. She's got, you know, the evasion. I'm not sure if you can dodge Janata. I feel like you should be able to dodge Janata. We'll check on the tooltip and see if Ice Frog has actually updated the tooltip in the last 50 years. And Viper gonna come out for Bane and Mirana Ganks, Phantom Assassin's worst nightmare. And it looks like it's gonna be a safe lane Viper, because Matthew NZ is usually the mid player. So not a big fan of this PA pick. They kind of walked right into it. I feel like Bane and Mirana Ganks, they just have a way better draft this game. You can't like slide against the Bounty Hunter. It just feels so horrible to play against. If you make one mistake, you just feel like you're on a clock now. And this Sand King cosmetic is really disturbing me right now. And here's the one in front. So Freak with the interesting Sand King cosmetic with a funny face. Maybe Sand King's face does always look like that and I just haven't noticed. But it's pretty horrifying. Even Shadow Shaman's face. He's got big teeth for Voodoo Man. Oh wait, Witch Doctor's the Voodoo Man. So let's hop into the game. On the side of Google Team C, we've got Freak on the Sand King. Hellboy on the Necrophos, Pos 5 on the Lion, for the Swarm on the Phantom Assassin, and Logris on the Winter Wyvern. On the side of Microsoft Bane and Mirana Ganks, we've got THC on the Enigma, Matthew NZ on the Lone Druid. He's actually going to the safe lane, interestingly enough. Fig Leaf on the Bounty Hunter, the Morris on the Viper, and Ultra Magnus on the Shadow Shaman. I guess it does make sense. Viper in the side lanes is a bit meh. It's a little bit underrated. And this is the Matumba Man Viper build that I love to see. There's the Crown, the triple Iron Branch, and some tangos from your allies. +7 to all stats. Just beefs you up for the early game and gives you a little bit more mana to spam the Nether Toxin with. Also, you
30 seconds.
You get closer to that the Atos straight away. Just skip everything, go for the Atos first. Don't even get boots, don't get any Wraith bands, just go straight for the Atos. I think that's definitely the way to go on Viper right now. is not a very good hero without the ATOS, to be honest. So Shadow Shaman is going to be up here with the Lone Druid, and a lot of kill potential in this lane once the Lone Druid hits level 5, but that's going to be quite a while away. But you can always just send the bear at them. The bear doesn't do that much damage to heroes though. It's mostly the Quelling Blade damage on the bear. And so Bounty and Enigma. It looks like Enigma is going to play in the actual lane. He's got 4 tangos. 4 mangoes, a tango, 2 tangos, and a salve. A lot of regen on THC, but we'll see if he's the one who decides to go for the last hits. It looks like he's the one getting the farm. Is going to be positioned for Bounty Hunter. He has the ward, which kind of makes sense. So not going to see the offlane Bounty Hunter that Team Secret normally runs. Well, it's kind of like a Zai and who's the other guy? Fuck, Zai and Yapsol. They kind of play like both like 3.5s, and they're not really 3s and 4s. Actually, Bounty Hunter going for Janata first instead of going for the Invis first instead of Janata. I think this is a pretty huge mistake, honestly. The Janata is just way too good in the early game. Level 70 bonus damage every 12 seconds. Just you only need to hit them once every 12 seconds, and it just feels very demoralizing. You steal 12 gold as well. So last hits and denies. The Viper outlasting the Necrophos a bit. I'm not really sure if there's a hero who has an advantage in this matchup. I feel like Necro should do okay. He'll eventually be able to out-regen the damage with the Heartstopper aura, but I think he has to not get the kill in the Nether Toxin. The Nether Toxin will cancel any regen. He won't get the stack of regen if he's in the Nether Toxin, so he's got something that the Necro needs to be careful of. And he's actually taking a lot of pressure here. He's pretty low on regen now. He's going to be forced to Death Pulse again soon, and he's just standing in the Nether Toxin. Bit of a mistake there. Alright, Bear getting pretty low, gets Earth Spiked, but it's going to be quite difficult to take out this Bear between the Sand King and the Lion. They're going to do the most damage. It looks like no points in Burrow Strike at all. It's going to be Caustic Finale, which is, I guess if they're not expecting to get any kills, it's fine. But if you were able to get kills, if you were able to get the Burrow Strike, you should go for the Burrow Strike. Level 2 now on the Bounty Hunter, so he does have the Janata now. Blur on the Phantom Assassin will be able to salve up, but she pops her Invis. They don't see her though, so she will get most of the salve off, back up to full health. And Winter Wyvern, he's got to pull the lane, but the creeps have already left the train. Bounty Hunter not blocking this camp. I think it's pretty important to block this camp when you're playing Enigma, because as the team that's going up against Enigma, your wave is constantly pushing into the enemy side, because Enigma keeps denying the range creep with the Eidolon spam. So you gotta keep pulling the wave to bring it back to somewhere on your side of the map. The other way you can play against Enigma is to play very fast and loose, and just pressure the tower really hard with while the creeps are attacking. Well, you got the creep advantage. But Bounty Hunter got to pull the creeps into the neutral camp himself for the enemy team. But doesn't look like they're going to go for the pull through. So the range creep is going to survive here. Bounty Hunter steals a bit more gold from the PA, level 2 Janata as well. He stole all that experience. Lion 1v1s the Shadow Shaman and gets the kill. No points in the mana drain early on. It's quite interesting. Just for that extra lockdown. In the Sandstorm as well. It's a level 1 Sandstorm still, so only 20 damage so far, but the damage scales quite well. I think going for the point in caustic is it's not that desirable. Splinter Blast comes out, but Winter Wyvern taking a lot of pressure. Her Arctic Burn ended, so it's gonna be another Janata hit comes out onto the PA. Can you dodge this? Doesn't seem like there's any indication that you wouldn't be able to dodge it. Like for example, you can't dodge Vendetta because it applies break, so it's kind of like Silver Edge where you can't dodge it either. And mid lane, Hellboy's doing okay against the Viper. Ultra Magnus gets a solo kill on the Lion, so a bit of a revenge kill for him. The 5-minute boundaries are coming up, so he's going to be able to secure both for his team. A nice opportune 1v1 for the Shadow Shaman will help secure his team both the bounty runes, and Bounty Hunter will be able to scare off the Winter Wyvern from getting the other one. He's also got boots on the Bounty Hunter, so there's no way for the Winter Wyvern to catch up. And so 3 bounty runes going the way of Bane and Mirana Ganks. Ultra Magnus will TP in for the Shrine as well. Great efficiency on the Shrine by Microsoft. And Lone Druid, he's got face moves done on the band now. We'll see what he wants to go for next. He can go for Midas, he can go for Radiance, he can go for Radiance after the Midas. So probably the one we see the most. Get the extra levels, which is pretty nice on the Lone Druid. Necro, he's in a lot of trouble. He got Viper Strike up. Shackles from the Shadow Shaman will help finish off the Necro first. So 3-man rotation. Nice experience for the Bounty Hunter as well. And he's definitely on his way to level 6. He's probably going to have to wait till the 10-minute mark to get the tome. Shadow Shaman just a shackle onto the Lion, but not gonna see too much out of it. He eats a tree, so managed to get some regen. And the Morris is coming up top now. He's got an Invis rune, he's got Viper Strike in 7 seconds, so they should be able to secure this kill. Do they have any detection for the Sand They do. They drop the Sentry. Viper's coming in from behind now. He's got the Nether. He drops the Nether Toxin, gets the Viper Strike onto the Lion, so the Lion is going to be the one to go down here. Sand is going to take out the Bear in the meantime. He's going to be able to make it out here. He's got a couple more seconds on the Burrow Strike. He can always just TP afterwards though. Looks like he's going to make it out fine. So they get the they trade the Lion for the Shadow Shaman. Which, I don't know. Necro managed to... He's catching up on levels. He got killed earlier, but he's almost the same level as Viper now as well. So a little bit of space for the Necroface to catch up a bit. He's going to go straight for the Guardian Greaves. Not really sure what the mid-Necro build is. Right, Shackles onto the Sand King. The Sentry is still down. It's still in range, but he's going to get out of range now. Just that last hit barely missing on the Shadow Shaman to get that kill. Shadow Shaman, he's on the hunt. He's going to be able to spot out the Sand King. Burrow Strike, but the creep blocks him. The Aether Shock misses because he doesn't have vision, but he will eventually go down to the Lone Druid. Maybe we could have just kept running north and Burrow Strike into the trees would have been a way out as well. Yeah, he didn't have a TP though, so would have had to just wait there. Probably just better for him to die, because now he gets to respawn and be back on full health. Enigma gonna go for the HOD, pretty standard stuff. The PA, she's not gonna go for a battle.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Well, she's going to go for phase boost, which makes sense, but then what's the second Blightstone queued up? Maybe thinking about a Deso. It's she's not doing too hot in terms of net worth. The lowest net worth of all the cores, Bounty Hunter is almost at the same level. Just as Enigma keeps denying the range creep, and it's a lot of farm gun. The range creep gives more XP and gold than the rest of the creeps, so it's a pretty big deal to lose the range creep. Blink forward for the PA, but they're out of vision, so this Bounty Hunter is going to be able to get away. Has an idea of where the Sentry Ward is now as well, based on when the vision ran out, so it's a nice pickup for him to get that information. So Bounty Hunter gonna go for his own phase boots.
Tower is taking damage.
Lone Druid, he doesn't have anything queued up yet. Sand King's gonna go for a Crimson Guard, which is pretty nice against the Lone Druid, because Lone Druid doesn't actually do that much damage. He just has a lot of attack speed, although 95 damage on the bears, not too insignificant. But we'll see what he wants to go for this game. Doesn't have anything queued up yet. PA jumping onto the Enigma, but the Enigma, he's pretty tanky. Another dagger comes out onto the Enigma. He's getting pretty low. Blur comes out from the PA. The dust onto the Bounty Hunter. The Bounty Hunter, he's got another Shuriken. He's got a Shuriken. He actually just gets the Janata kill on the PA and track now available on the Bounty Hunter, who will end up going down, but now he's got a pre-10-minute track. He unfortunately dies before the next bounty rune, so they'll be able to secure both of the bounty runes here at bot, because Enigma's got no chance of making it back in time. At top lane, the Sand King ends up going down to the Shadow Shaman by himself as well. So 2 for 2 bounty runes, and a nice pickup for Shadow Shaman. He also reaches level 6 pre 6 minutes, so this bounty rune is, it goes to whoever it wants actually, it doesn't really matter. And 4k gold advantage 5 minutes into the game, a pretty big XP advantage as well. 4k XP advantage 10 minutes into the game. Atos almost done on the Viper now. Looks like he did go back for the mana boots. It's fine. It's not as easy to farm with Viper as it used to be. The Nether Toxin doesn't stack anymore. But Bounty Hunter, he's level 7, max level Janata, track now as well for the extra crits on the PA. And this is going to hurt PA here. He manages to dagger the Bounty Hunter. Viper Strike onto the Necrophos after taking out the Lion. So he didn't even need the Viper Strike from the Lion kill. It's because the Shadow Shaman is there to help out. Necro will farm these wards, so it's going to take a while. The Shadow Shaman's not focusing the tower with the wards, and he's not going to be able to finish it off, so the wards will take out this tower, and it's a pretty big loss. Necro manages to deny the tower, so great play from Hellboy here, but he's in a little bit of trouble now. Another poison attack comes out, and then another Toxin as well. Blink forward from the PA onto the Enigma, and he gets hexed and impaled. Enigma's getting really low. He has a black hole, but he's not going to use it, so they will get that kill onto the Enigma. The Lion, he's in a lot of trouble himself, so nice cold embrace onto the Lion will help him a little bit, but he ends up going down to the Bounty Hunter. The track with the Janata hit just too much damage for him, and the Eidolons will actually finish him off. A nice track kill for the Bounty Hunter, and Shadow Shaman's here now. He's got the speed increase from the track, but just barely out of range. What a bloodbath. Viper's come as well. This PA is going to have a pretty terrible time. Gets shackled up. He's going to get Atos. Another Janata and Shuriken comes out, and he's going to end up going down. He manages to blink out, but still goes down because of the linger effect of the Nether Toxin. Meanwhile, Hellboy, he's going to try and take out this mid tower where they go for bot on the side of face. But the problem is that these are all track kills, so the gold advantage is, this is very much worth it for all 4 heroes to be down here. And Lone Druid just farming away. He's going for a Radiance now. Didn't go for the Midas at all. So I think I don't really play Lone Druid myself, but I feel like I've heard that if you can go for Radiance first, you should just go for it. If you need to catch up, you should go for Midas first instead. Alright, well, a big rotation from Google Team C, but a nice Savage Roar manages to feed both of them. The Sand King doesn't leave the Sandstorm, but they're not able to get the follow-up with the Reaper's Scythe. The Bear comes in now, Lion getting pretty low. The Reaper's Scythe onto the Viper, but he's got a lot of magic resistance with the corrosive skin, and the Finger of Death doesn't even finish off the Viper. Pretty huge mistake coming out of Google Team C. They've overplayed their hand a little bit, and it's time to run. The Lion goes down. Bounty Hunter's here now with the track. They have a sentry to spot him out, but we just get the tracks and run away. The Lion kill wasn't a track kill. Oh, maybe it was. It doesn't seem like he gave that much gold. But this Viper is really tanky right now. 1400 HP. It's got a ton of magic resistance. 43% magic resistance. So not the best target to Reaper's Scythe. And the Finger came out after the Reaper's Scythe. So not getting that bonus damage from the Finger of Death as well. Janata comes out onto the Necrophos. Just for that juicy gold steal. And Bounty's going to go for a pipe. It seems like Enigma is not interested. He's going to go for a blink first. There's a lot to cancel the black hole this game, except for the PA. Every other hero has a way to cancel black hole. PA will eventually with the Basher. It's a bit RNG based though, so not reliable, but it does go through BKB. Shackles onto the Necrophos. He might get rooted up here. Hex root from the Necro, and nice dropping the wards in front of the Necrophos, so he can't just break out by attacking. Fear will send the Sand King pack running. And Lion's here as well. He doesn't have Finger of Death. The Shadow Shaman manages to TP out, and nice juke from him. They waste the scan on him as well and aren't able to get it. The wards will go down in the meantime. They'll get farmed up by the Sand King. It's a little bit unfortunate. The Shadow Shaman should try and deny these wards using the other wards. It's definitely a way to counter these things being
Radiant's
attacked.
bottom tower under fire.
It looks like they want to stay here. Bounty Hunter, all he needs to do is get a track off, but the epicenter comes out, the burrow strike as well, but the Bounty Hunter, he's just barely gonna survive the nice spear from the PA, but they got the sentry. The Bounty Hunter will eventually go down. Viper's here now, it's time for the PA to run. Atos comes out onto the PA, the Viper strike as well, so the PA in a lot of trouble. She gets rooted up and will eventually go down. Stan King in the meantime, he burrow strikes in his tracks as well, so he's gonna go down here. 2 track kills for the side of team. Actually, just one on the Sand King. The Bounty Hunter had to TP out, I think? What even happened? No, the Bounty Hunter died and respawned. Somehow that fight lasted a really long time for the Bounty Hunter to respawn. But 10k gold lead already for Team Microsoft. This is feeling pretty rough already. Atos comes out onto the Winter Wyvern. The Shackles as well with the Nether Toxin. This Winter Wyvern is dead. And this game is looking pretty grim for Google Team C. I'm not really sure how they're going to come back into this. This PA, she's in the dumpster. He has no items to speak of. Not even a Deso, not a Battle Fury. Whereas this lane druid, he's almost got his Radiance. He's got the Relic now. And Viper has an Atos working on a Greaves. Just a recipe away from the Greaves now. And Bounty Hunter on his way to the pipe as well. He's almost got just the recipe away. He's about 1,000 gold away from the pipe. And Shadow Shaman only 600 gold away from a Blink Dagger. This is, I mean, this is all looking Microsoft. And this kind of feels like how most of the games have looked so far. They just kind of win the laning phase really hard and then snowball from there. But also their drafting is seems like a cut above the other teams a little bit. Definitely some interesting draft shenanigans happened with Google Team C. They looked like they were banning heroes so they could pick Enigma, but then they didn't pick Enigma in the first pick, and then Microsoft just picked Enigma. PA in a lot of trouble, gets Hex trapped, Ward trapped, and gonna go down. A track kill for the Bounty Hunter here. Janata doesn't work on your allies, but the Shadow Shaman will go down. He gets Reaper's Scythe for it. The Bounty Hunter manages to go Invis, but the Viper's here now. Black Hole onto the Necrophos. Just a solo Black Hole, but it's more than enough to break up the team fight. The Necro in a little bit of trouble. He goes Shrouds and manages to get another Death Pulse off, but he'll still go down anyway. Enigma will go down in the meantime to the Sand King. And then the Sand King in a lot of trouble. He's getting tracked up again, and he's going to go down himself. A full team wipe for Microsoft, Bane and Mirana Ganks. Most of them being track kills, so a huge gold swing for them. 1,500 gold going their way. Bounty Hunter got a big chunk of that gold. He's going to have a pipe next. It's going to be really hard to take down now. The pipe against the Sand King and the Necrophos is going to be pretty huge. Even against the Lion, the Finger of Death is going to tickle him now.
Radiant have fortified their tower.
Gonna go for a Lotus Orb next as well, so I think this game is we'll see what Gaben has to say. Yep, it's pretty close to being 100% chance for Microsoft to win. This is kind of what happens when you go up against Bounty Hunter. This hero is just feels a little bit ridiculous right now. Nice, using the pipe to block the Splinter Blast shot, so he keeps his clarity alive as well. That's a nice play coming out of Ultra Magnus. Oh, not Ultra Magnus, sorry, Fig Leaf. Radiant's done on the bear now as well, so this bear has suddenly become super scary. And PA, she's struggling to just be in the presence of the bear. Using half a HP to the Radiance. Bounty Hunter looking for a few more kills. He spots the enemy team, tracks the Winter Wyvern. We'll see if he spots the Necrophos as well. He puts another aggressive ward down. Necrophos is here now. He can definitely... No track on the Necro. Meanwhile, the Viper gets the Atos onto the Sand King, a Viper Strike as well, so the Sand King will be okay. The dust comes out onto the Sand King, he gets tracked up as well, so won't be able to get away. Winter's Curse on the Viper to slow him down a little bit, but it's not going to get killed by it, so he'll be okay. Bounty Hunter still chasing the Sand King a little bit. He gets dusted up, the epicenter comes out, but there's already a hook, a pipe on the Bounty Hunter. It barely tickles him. The Reaper's Scythe comes out as well and doesn't finish him off, so the Bounty Hunter would just walk away from this fight. He gets more tracks off, another track onto the Winter Wyvern. The long range Atos comes out and the Viper Strike is available, so this Winter Wyvern gonna go down as well. So another track kill, the side of Facebook. The Cold Embrace will delay the inevitable. but he'll eventually go down. So just
Just
Microsoft owning a little bit too hard right now. That 1k gold advantage per minute. Really the point of no return. We'll see if they can get it up to 20. Just barely not. But the 4 20-minute bounty runes are available. It's time to just win this game. The Serpent wards are down. Seems weird that I can... Looks like I can click on this, but I can't. Hex onto the Sand King. He's tracked up, so I can be able to hide in the Sandstorm. He's going to go down. The Fear will hold him in place as well, so he can't do anything. And he doesn't have buyback, so Lone Druid, the bear, can take out this tower pretty quickly with the Demolish. Viper just slowed up. He's got the Greaves, so he doesn't have anything to fear. It's going to be really difficult to take out this Viper at this point. Shackles onto the Necrophos. The Shadow Shaman gets hexed, but a 3-man black hole gets cancelled by the Impale, so THC showing his hand a little bit. He gets fingered, but it's not really going to do any damage thanks to the pipe, and he'll be able to limp out there. Meanwhile, the Necrophos is forced to buy back. Sand King is back up as well, but they're going to get this tower. They can back out now if they want. The Necrophos gets ATOS again, and he's in the middle of the Nether Toxin. He's a lot of danger. Necro might go down here. He's going to go down. Another track kill for Team Facebook, and that's a dieback on the Necrophos. So that's their most farmed hero, or other than the Sand King. The Sand King doesn't really offer that much at this point in the game. He's just an initiator now. His damage is completely fallen off thanks to the pipe. They're going to get this Rax, 29k gold advantage now, and they're going to go for more because Viper just healing everyone up with the Greaves. And Serpent Wards come down again. And look, I wonder, so this is more or less the time when you call GG if you're Google Team C. This is looking pretty rough. So Bounty Hunter, a nice 3 bounce shuriken. Now you can keep going. The Necro is down for 20 more seconds. Looks like Microsoft, they're going to back out. They're going to take the shrines and the bounties. Playing it safe. So this these charts are pretty indicative of the state of the game. 100% win rate hasn't changed. Doesn't seem like it's going to change for quite a while. And the shrines are going to get taken out as well. The game slowly fading away for Google Team C. Not going to GG out yet though, but I don't really see a way they can come back into this game. Just this Necrophos has completely fallen flat. I mean, the Bounty Hunter is just he's so tanky right now. He's got the Lotus Orb and a pipe, so 65% physical resist, 54% magic resist. It's just going to be so hard to take him out, and he's just the support. He's not even a core. This Viper is going to be even tankier. The PA doesn't have anything. She's working towards a Deso, but probably won't get it before this game ends at this rate. Track on the Necro, but he's not going to be able to do too much by himself here. And Microsoft, they're grouping up for another push. Not even going to bother with the Aegis. They probably don't need it right now. Another Nectar the Toxin comes down onto the Sand King. He's got 2 Tome of Knowledges, so quite interesting there. Aether Lens on the Shadow Shaman. And so they're just going to drop the Serpent Wards onto the tower, and then there's not too much that Google Team C can do about the Serpent Wards. Atos onto the Necrophos. He's in a little bit of trouble here. Winter's Curse comes out onto the Lone Druid, but he's going to be okay. The Sand King, he goes for the Epicenter, but gets cold embraced by his ally. A 3-man black hole on the side. Nice Shuriken bounce will finish them all off, and the Winter Wyvern going to go down. The GG is finally called. Shadow Necro going to go down as well. So full team wipe and 40k gold advantage, and another dominant display from Microsoft. Bane and Mirana Ganks heading into the playoffs with the most number of wins, I think. Haven't really checked the brackets in a while, but I would say so. I think they've only lost 1 game so far, so definitely a force to be reckoned with. 33-8.